Let's start with the Pretoria High Court ruling in favour of Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi in his case against businessman Mthunzi Mdwaba. The R5 billion UIF contract that was granted to Mdwaba's Thuja holdings has been declared invalid. Mdwaba has also been ordered to refrain from making further defamatory remarks against the minister. Reporter Juniour Khumalo is at the Pretoria High Court and joins us now. Junior, this is, one chapter in a multi-chapter episode or multi-chapter saga, really, between the individual and various ministers. Tell us how it played out today.
Indeed, Iman, this has been long in the making because we know that these allegations actually surfaced last year, at the end of last year, when Mthunzi Mdwaba made those staggering allegations that about 3 ministers had demanded, was trying to solicit a bribe of about 500 million after he had been awarded a contract of 5 billion by the UIF and the Department of Labour. So those were staggering allegations that he had made against these 3 ministers. But since then, Mdwaba has been losing in court. We know that Godongwana actually took him to court, the finance minister, Godongwana, took him to court and on a charge of defamation, and he actually won that case in January. The ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula also went to the police station in Sandton last year and opened a case of defamation against Mdwaba as well. And today we were here in this court where acting judge Yape Maritz also declared that that contract that was actually granted to Thuja Capital should be set aside because it is invalid. We know that the minister had argued that the proper procedures according to the Public Finance Management Act were not followed in awarding this particular tender, and this is why he had asked for it to be set aside. The court seems to have agreed with him. We know that the minister, Thulas Nxesi, had actually held a press briefing earlier this year outlining how this had affected the image of the country. He said that in a country that is actually going around and seeking other countries to invest in South Africa, an allegation of this nature against 3 ministers in the cabinet actually had painted the whole entire administration in a bad light, meaning that South Africa was not getting the investment that it was actually seeking. So this was a very damning allegation, but today he has won this. We actually managed to speak to Mthunzi Mdwaba a few minutes before this crossing, and I was just asking him if he's going to be appealing this matter, and he said to me that he had actually just come back from the gym and he was actually reading through the judgment, and he will only make a decision after he has spoken to his legal team, Iman.
It sounds from what you're saying in terms of his own demeanor that he's, he doesn't seem to be too phased or too affected, and he's always come out fighting, fighting strong and with fighting talk, Junior.
Indeed, he sounded very calm about the judgment, saying that he's going to read through the matter and then he is going to respond in terms of whether he's going to appeal. We know that at the last appearance of this court matter, actually, Mdwaba had actually walked out of the court hearing. When the arguments were being made before the judge, he had accused this acting judge, Judge Yape Maritz, of actually being biased, and he and his legal team had walked out of the matter. So the judgment, the arguments themselves were done in absentia. So it was basically the minister's team that did all the arguing. His arguments were made from the application that he had filed. So he was not even present for those arguments. So he's very nonchalant about his approach to these allegations that he had made against these 3 ministers, Iman.
I suppose it's too early, Junior, to talk about reaction from the Labour Minister.
Indeed, it's a bit early, but we did set up an interview actually with the spokesperson for the UIF, and we are still trying to get an interview with the minister's spokesperson as well, just to get their reactions. We are going to be talking to the UIF spokesperson at about 11:30. He has agreed to speak to us and just give us his reaction to this judgment. It's a significant judgment because the amount of money that were involved, where we know that they come from the unemployment insurance fund, so it's money that is being paid into that fund by taxpayers. So if it was going to be abused, as the minister had indicated, then it would have had a significant impact on South Africans' lives as well. So we are definitely going to try and get their reaction, Iman.
Juniour Khumalo, thank you very much. Junior, live for us there from the Pretoria High Court. And if you missed it, the court has now ruled in favour of the Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi in his case against businessman Mthunzi Mdwaba.